Hey guys, have you ever wanted to FAP with Razan and Katsu from the Cathedral of Shadows podcast? Well, now's your chance. FAP is an acronym that means Featured Audience Participation, which means we're going to be accepting Skype callers into the podcast. Wait, you thought FAP meant... Oh, no. No, get your head out of the gutter. No. That is not what FAP means at all. What is wrong with you? Leave. That's just disgusting. We're not going to FAP every episode, so it is a special occasion, and here's what you need to know. First, you should get a headset or a mic of some sort. I highly recommend you get something that is at least like $25 US. Anything under that's probably going to sound really crappy. But I'd see what you have lying around. I wouldn't go out and buy anything fancy just for this fapping spree we're about to go on. That's just ridiculous. Second, you're going to need to download Skype. Now, this might change in later FAPs that we do, simply because Skype seems to want to block out third-party programs starting December 2013, so we're not sure if that's even going to be possible. There will be a link in the description if this has changed at all, with a second video explaining what we're going to do. But assuming Skype still works, follow these instructions. Go to Skype's website, download the latest version, and create an account if you haven't already. Then you should be good to go. Maybe you might need to mess around with the audio options depending on your headset, but then you're going to need to add us on Skype. Add the contact Cathedral of Shadows, all lowercase, no spaces. This FAP is occurring this Saturday at 2:00 p.m. Central Time, also known as GMT minus 6 hours. If you're wondering what time zone that is for you, I've linked a time zone converter down below in the video description, so you should check that out. So when the time comes around, here's what you should be doing. First, you should be online, not invisible or on Do Not Disturb, especially because then we're not really going to be able to contact you. Be either online or away, preferably online. 2, think of something to talk about before coming on. We prefer you do it that way just because it will flow better and we won't have that first awkward 5 minutes of trying to think of something to talk about. 3, we will IM you, asking you if you are ready. So we're not going to be randomly calling people, don't worry about that. We're going to IM you first and wait for your response as to when to come on. 4, we will call you. Be sure your audio settings are set beforehand, it just makes it a lot easier. And for those of you wondering, as soon as we call you and you pick up, we're probably going to ask you first what you want to be called. So don't worry about being called by your Skype name or your personal name. We'll ask you what you want to be called before saying anything. Now, some of you are probably wondering how we're going to decide who gets on. Now, if there's 10 or less people that add me on Skype and are online during the FAP, we will call all of them and go through all of their calls. If there's 11 or more people, what we're going to do is I'm going to assign a number to each of those people and then use a random number generator to pick who we call, and I don't know how long we're going to go for. It depends on how much time me and Katsu have to record. Naturally, we're going to try and get as many people on as we can, but, you know, shit happens. That should be all the information you guys need. If there's anything that you need to know or there's a question you want to ask, be sure to either message me on Twitter or on YouTube, or you could email cathedralofshadows@gmail.com and I'll email you back with a solution. So, see you guys.